heard so many times. Speak easy from Eddie Hernandez. Hello, folks, and welcome to GAW Academy Stormchaser. We had the opportunity of a lifetime at Northern Lights to watch this man become Academy champion once again. Kurt Andrews, with the help of War Machine and Devin Andrews, his brother, reclaimed the Academy title that Flyboy had stolen from him. Flyboy enlisted the help of the mighty Don't Kneel, and finally someone stepped in to even the odds, and it was Devin Andrews who came in, took away the chair that Flyboy was about to use, and Kurt Andrews hits the eye of the storm to become Academy champion once again. And now here we are in Spokane, Washington, just a number of miles from Seattle, where that went down, and the fans are as happy as they've ever been to see Kurt Andrews return as the champ. And I'm happy that he's here. He's going to address everyone. He's going to explain to us what happened, and we will get the opportunity to see why Kurt Andrews the whole time deserved to be Academy champion. And make no mistake, he certainly did. What a night last Friday, eh? To tell you the truth, I didn't really understand what had happened until I watched it back. I knew I needed a superhuman effort to take down Flyboy. I just didn't realize superhuman meant more than one human. But I did need that. Flyboy had the numbers advantage, and he was going to use it. But look, you can figure out what's going on with TMDK on Friday. I think they might have a war on their hands, if you catch my drift. But I want to talk about the elephant in the room. My brother Devin took the chair away from Flyboy and allowed me to win the match and become your Academy champion again. So I brought him here. I want you to hear from Devin Andrews himself. Devin Andrews is here. This was an exclusive news report over on our Discord, by the way, so go join that. Link is on the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com. Go join our Discord and you can see exclusive news reports like the one that reported that Devin Andrews was hanging around the Spokane Arena waiting for, well, conceivably this to come out and explain to us what exactly happened. A man who has been non-stop talk on Twitter, mostly at the expense of his younger brother Kurt. That man showed up to help Kurt Andrews reclaim the Academy Championship. Look at the intensity and look at the way fans feel. Look at how desperately they want to hear this explanation from Devin Andrews. And I am the same. I want to hear this as well. A lot of people are going to point at my Twitter account as evidence that I don't like my brother. You all take Twitter far too seriously. You realize that every single thing you read on social media could be and probably is completely made up. I banter my brother on Twitter, but I have news for you all. Blood is thicker than water. As long as my brother is the best in the world, I stand behind him. Being a great champion is about accepting that sometimes you need help. Flyboy accepted that a long time ago, and that's why he beat me. Well, now it's my turn. I am proud to be champion again, and now I'm proud to represent my title as the face of the GAW Academy. You're the face, huh? Well, look at what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. We are 72 hours removed from Northern Lights. And what a show. But outside of the lovely Boleska claiming the top of the women's division, Midnight marking his territory, the Titans getting another crafty win, all the brutal matches we got to see, one thing stood out above everything to me. The right man is now the Academy champion. So Kurt, hey, buddy, I want you to hold on to Ruby just a little longer, because I am steamrolling through the competition to claim the #1 contendership, and then I'm ripping Ruby from your cold, dead hands. The Blitzkrieg has begun, Kurt, and I'm coming for you. Well, I don't want to be presumptuous, but it certainly looks as though we might have ourselves a new challenger for Kurt Andrews' Academy title. We'll have to see how this plays out. What I can tell you, though, in the main event, we will get two men who came up just short at Northern Lights, Lee Carr and Ramon Gutierrez. I can't wait to see this match. Well, you're probably getting quite used to hearing this entrance theme. Omega Woods went at it with Yunsan Park, last man standing at Northern Lights. It was fantastically brutal in its simplicity, and Omega Woods wins the match with the first ever appearance of the Colt 45. Yunsan Park could not stand up to Omega Woods. What a match that was, and what a song this is, and it continues to be. Folks, check out our Spotify playlist. Link is in the description or on the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com, and you can listen to this. Just imagine walking out your front door, bump into the same theme that brings five-time UFC light heavyweight champion Omega Woods to a GAW ring. I can't think of a better way to start my day. And Omega Woods is looking to continue that momentum. Now, what's really cool about the GAW Academy is that you get people like Island Nation that are hungry, that just want to come in, make an impact, and that's exactly what they have done. Not only as a tag team, Island Nation as a team has certainly created some waves early on, a 3-2 record. So they've certainly turned some heads, but also as singles wrestlers, both Yamamoto Kobayashi and Eddie Tonga have been involved in some matches as of late. So both these guys, I mean, they're hungry and they want to create waves in GAW, and the GAW Academy gives them an opportunity to do that, and this would be the biggest wave of them all. Kobayashi staying with Tonga, his Island Nation partner, and Tonga immediately rolls out of the way of a right-hand strike from Omega Woods. I think that's what you need to do. I think you got to stick and move against Omega. The mixed martial arts background of Woods, but look at this, tremendous athleticism with a handspring enziguri. That was high angle. He did not have a lot of space for that one, but that is the athleticism of Omega Woods on full display, and he is going to work against Eddie Tonga right now. Island Nation as a team has been tremendous early on in their GAW careers. As singles wrestlers, you would hope that they could take that same momentum and turn it into wins, and this would be a massive win, a massive upset over Omega Woods. You wonder what Omega Woods is thinking right now as far as his future is concerned. Where does he see himself in GAW? Does he see himself as a champion? I mean, we haven't really heard anything. It certainly seems as though he's accomplished his initial goal of beating Yunsan Park, of asserting his will, and Tonga, that is a beautiful go behind into a gut buster. Is it possible to outpace Omega Woods? That one I'm not so sure about. But Eddie Tonga is going to be the one to try to figure that out. Nice takedown, and Tonga into a single leg Boston Crab. I don't know how smart it is to go for submissions against a man who's so experienced in mixed martial arts. But Eddie Tonga's trying to do anything he can. What a thrust kick. Finds its mark, and Tonga needs the ropes to just try to get back to his feet. Omega Woods going for the big boot, and Tonga sent him over. That's an awkward landing on the knees from Omega Woods, and Eddie Tonga feeling it right now. So is Kobayashi. Tonga gonna let Woods come back up onto that same knee. It looked like it might have been hyperextended on that landing. Can't say it's smart though to allow Omega Woods to dictate the pace. We'll see if that potential knee injury comes back into play. Over the top goes Tonga, and Woods right in front of Tonga's tag team partner, brings him back into the ring the hard way. Big suplex. Omega Woods, nice transition, and Woods into a grounded hammerlock stretching on that right arm of Tonga. But that's the same left knee that got hyperextended on the landing, so Woods didn't have the level of power to drive in onto the ground with that. Got caught with the lariat, and Eddie Tonga trying to take control of this match. This is tremendous work from Tonga against a man as dangerous as Omega Woods. Tonga caught Woods coming in. Tonga maybe looking to transition him onto the back for the Island Curse, or the Island Currer rather. Eddie Tonga's version of the Samoan drop, but Omega Woods too quick for that, and once again Tonga finds himself in a position where he needs some help just to stand. Over the top rope again goes Tonga, and now Omega Woods gonna come meet him on that side. This is the sadistic nature of Omega Woods. DDT. Kobayashi has to hide his eyes as Eddie Tonga gets planted face first. You can see what that's done to him as well. Tonga with a backdrop. Tonga tasting his own blood, as they say. And he feels like he could do some damage here. He's got the back looking for Island Blood. Omega Woods, well done to counter that, and now Woods with a big boot to the gut, and Woods with a half Nelson driver. Pump handle cinched in. Woods looking for the win. Eddie Tonga kicks out, but Woods kept a hold of that pump handle, and now going back to work on the arms of Eddie Tonga. Tonga's Island Blood finisher needs the use of both of his arms, but he's not gonna need it. Gunslinger from Omega Woods. You can see the blood dripping down the face of Eddie Tonga. He tried his best, but the gunslinger was too much. It was a tremendous attempt from Eddie Tonga. Really showed out well for himself. Everything he tried, Omega Woods was just a half step quicker, and the DDT on the apron really meant the end for Eddie Tonga. That was the closest he got. The Island Blood. It was so close, but Omega Woods continues his winning ways, and after he did what he said he was going to do and beat Yunsan Park, he has now come and shown that he has not lost a step even after such a brutal last man standing match. Well, you know what else went down at Northern Lights? The Wing Collectors came within inches of winning the GAW Academy Tag Team Championships, but the Titans rules prevented the Wing Collectors from once again winning those titles. We got the Wing Collectors standing by backstage. At Northern Lights, we had every opportunity to beat the Titans, and there's no doubt in my mind that we would have without the Titans rules. They've been doing this for months now, and we've had enough. Not just the Wing Collectors, but every other team who expected the GAW Academy would be the place for us to win gold. I know Jason Parker is sick of it too, so we'll give him 1 week. Jason, next week on Stormchaser, we want an answer. We want to know what you plan on doing about this. One way or another, the Titans won't be able to run much longer. So we all know the story of Chandler Marcy, the man who was at one point considered one of the NFL's top prospects on the defensive side of the ball, and yet here he is trying to make his name in GAW, and it really just gives you so much respect for Marcy and what he's about, what he's trying to do. But he's finding out the hard way that succeeding on this level takes a lot of work, and his 1-5 record will really speak to that. Now, he has been through a very tough schedule. Ramon Gutierrez, Scott Danielson were his last two opponents here on Stormchaser, and that's a pretty tough ask for someone who has only been in professional wrestling for about 18 months. And I'll tell you what, the task is not going to get any easier for Chandler Marcy tonight, because the man he faces is the man that Derek Cole brought in, the man who tested Midnight, nearly took the Raw Championship off of Midnight. So Chandler Marcy, things are not going to get any easier for him here. They call him the Puerto Rican Nightmare. Marco Diaz made his debut at Northern Lights, and you can see his Las Vegas connection partner, Derek Cole, right there behind him. Derek Cole was the one who introduced Diaz. Derek Cole has brought the Las Vegas connection to GAW. And you can see right now on our website, generaladmissionwrestling.com, you can see under the Stormchaser roster, the Las Vegas connection now has its own roster page. Derek Cole and Marco Diaz. LVC has been one of the Underground's top groups, one of its most dangerous groups. Marco Diaz is a big reason why. His first match in GAW, he took Midnight to the absolute limit. I don't know if I've seen Midnight tested the way he was against Marco Diaz at Northern Lights. Midnight did come through, as he seems to always, but that leaves Marco Diaz here as a real threat to everyone in GAW, and unfortunately for Chandler Marcy, he is going to have to deal with a pissed off Marco Diaz. And you can see exactly what that means, the intensity that he comes in with, and knowing that Derek Cole is right there in his corner as well. Cole might play a factor in this. Chandler Marcy has a really, really high mountain to climb right now. On the other hand, though, Marco Diaz, he's got something to prove here in General Admission Wrestling. We can say all we want about him and LVC and what he's been about, but at the end of the day, his first match was a loss. So he's got a lot to prove, and Derek Cole has a lot to prove as well. Why did he bring this guy in? Oh, that's why. Big stomp to Chandler Marcy. And Diaz immediately taking the upper hand in this one. Diaz applying the stump puller, trying to test the flexibility of the former football standout, and Marcy able to work his way out of it, but Diaz comes right back. Look at the pace that he works with. Derek Cole is one of the best athletes in the history of pro wrestling. Diaz caught Marcy coming in with a wild lariat. Derek Cole is one of the best athletes we've ever seen in pro wrestling. But one of the things that doesn't get talked about enough with him is his intelligence, and Diaz shares every bit of that. Hey, if you're looking for something to do, coming out with us on Twitch at Griff_from_GA. Link is also in the description. We have a great time, a fantastic community. Come play with us. Come make some jokes, wrestling references. The world's greatest soundboard. You will want to be there for that. My God, Diaz just taking apart Chandler Marcy right now. And Diaz going in for the cover. Diaz pressing down on the shoulders, and Marcy somehow kicks out. Diaz. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. This is a family show. Marcy coming right back. Marcy looking for a fisherman's buster. Diaz works his way out of it, and Diaz with a cutter. Beautifully done. I think he watched Omega Woods from the last match, and Marcy kicks out. That cutter resembling, of course, Omega Woods' gunslinger. No one does it as well, but Diaz comes flying with the naked truth from the top rope. The leg drop across the throat. Diaz is working at an incredible pace right now. Diaz gonna slow things down at the behest of Derek Cole. Cole's been around Marcy for a while. They started in GAW at the same time, so Cole knows exactly what it's like to face Chandler Marcy. He knows what Diaz needs to do, and he needed to avoid it. That black hard driver from Chandler Marcy, and that might be the opening that Marcy needs. Oh, Diaz kicks out at 1. Marcy all at once looking tired, looking spent, and he hit Diaz with a black hard driver, and that's what he gets for his troubles. Marcy going down low for a body shot. Diaz caught him, and Diaz with a spine buster. This is systematic destruction on the part of Marco Diaz, and Marcy into a front chancery, maybe looking to lock on a guillotine or just try to stay away from the offense of Marco Diaz. Modified DDT. Diaz into another cover, and Marcy tests it again, kicks out at 2. Diaz, another cover. Diaz, he's got his feet on the ropes. Diaz trying to use the leverage, and again, Marcy kicks out. Marcy not a fan of that one, but Diaz continues to pile on the pressure. Look at the shots. Marcy comes back, cutter attempt, countered by Diaz. Another one, that one lands. That looked a little bit like Derek Cole's cold cut. We know how dangerous that is, and Chandler Marcy trying to look for any amount of offensive pressure that he can put on Diaz right now. Cover and another kick out at 1. The Puerto Rican Nightmare showing why he has earned that nickname. Marcy though, Marcy, look at this, he's got him up. This is Chandler Marcy's version of the Dr. Bomb. He calls it the Marcy Bomb, and Chandler Marcy, he's got himself an opportunity. No. Diaz kicks out. Marcy Bomb landed. Diaz was too tough. And to say that against a man with Chandler Marcy's ability and athletic background, that is something else. Marcy float over DDT. Derek Cole watching, barely reacting. We know that Cole emotionally is as steadfast as they come. And Marco Diaz, good Lord. He is a lot more fiery than that. And now, talking about fiery, just firing away with the right. I think he blasted Chandler Marcy's nose open. And now just gonna make Marcy let the blood drip into his mouth as Diaz looking to apply a rear naked choke. He's got the S grip around the hands, but can't quite transition down to lock his legs around the midsection. He'll let it go, and Cole now telling him to finish it. Here is Marco Diaz, lasting effect. Good God, did he unleash one of the most brutal kicks you will ever see, and Marco Diaz has his first GAW win. Diaz, that was the naked truth earlier, and Marcy just barely survived that one. Unbeknownst to him, he had 5 more minutes of punishment in store after that. Marcy, though, black heart driver and a Marcy bomb, so he certainly got his opportunities in there. But Marco Diaz was too tough on this occasion, as he often is. Here's another look at the Marcy bomb. That is enough to put down most men. But Marco Diaz able to withstand, and the lasting effect from Diaz, that's gonna have a lasting effect on the brain function of Chandler Marcy, I will tell you that. Marco Diaz has his first GAW win, and Derek Cole letting the man have his moment, but the Las Vegas connection looking about as dangerous as we were promised. And speaking of LVC and Derek Cole, he had a big win over Ulysses Sky in a best-of-7 series. He only needed 4 matches. Derek Cole back in action next week right here on Academy Stormchaser. You will not want to miss that. Ramon Gutierrez had himself a tough Northern Lights, and you can see he's changed up his look quite a lot, and he is wearing a new mask. Now, I don't think this is one that is designed to be worn during a match. The Lucha Libre tradition is, of course, to not put your mask back on if it's taken off, even as dishonorably as Jackal took Ramon's off, as we saw at Northern Lights, and that was one of the moments that was shared across social media. Follow us, by the way, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Links are all in the description. Ramon Gutierrez had a tough night there, and yes, he did remove the mask. Now, Lee Carr came up just short in his challenge at Northern Lights as well. He battled Oliver Parker in what was, in my opinion, one of the sleeper matches of Northern Lights. But Carr came up just short. He hit 2 greenouts on Oliver Parker. But if you remember all the way back to the Stormchaser tournament, the place where Lee Carr made his name in GAW, he needed 3 greenouts, one of them over the bottom rope, to beat Oliver Parker. So that magical number 3 was what he was looking for. Couldn't quite get that 3rd, and he came up just short. But here in our main event, Lee Carr and Ramon Gutierrez both came up just short at Northern Lights, get the opportunity at Redemption. And for Ramon Gutierrez to see his face for the first time in GAW, quite a shock after what Jackal did to him. Lee Carr with a beautiful single leg drop kick. Before we get any further into this match, let's send it back to the office where Commissioner Jason Parker awaits with our typical announcement of the main event next week. Jason, please take it away.
Back to it, I guess. I heard the win collectors earlier, and I will have an answer next week about the Titans. I can guarantee that. For now, though, I gotta do my job and tell you the main event. So Midnight is the Underground's champion, but the events of last week prove that he needs some more challenges. So he'll put the Raw title on the line next week against Yamamoto Kobayashi. Look forward to that. Cover here from Lee Carr, kick out from Gutierrez, and I am very much looking forward to that. We saw Eddie Tonga just earlier against Marco Diaz. Tonga showed out in that match, came up just short. Kobayashi now will get the opportunity to do the same, and it is great to see the members of Island Nation in that opportunity to make a name for themselves. And Midnight always looking to get new guys in those positions. Lee Carr was the first to challenge for the Raw title. Midnight takes his title of Underground's champion very seriously, and Kobayashi is a guy that I know Midnight has a lot of respect for. That's the talk from around the GAW locker room. Meanwhile, Lee Carr just going at it against Ramon Gutierrez, trying to shoot in for the takedown, and Gutierrez caught him. Now Gutierrez hasn't changed his style, and Lee Carr got him with a drop kick once again. Gutierrez able to counter that time. You cannot leave yourself exposed to Lee Carr. Gutierrez, though, trying to turn up the pace. The luchador, he has not changed his style. Pop-up drop kick. He may have lost the mask, but you can tell how much this has meant to him. Oh! Bicycle knee strike countered into a power slam from Lee Carr and a kick out. It feels like every match you see Lee Carr in, he's doing something different. But that one's always the same. Green out. Lee Carr Good night. Carr with the leg hooked. Oh, Gutierrez kicked out. Now that I was not expecting. I thought this thing was over. The green out from Lee Carr, one is enough to put out most men. However, we know that as dangerous as it is, Lee Carr himself understands that it's a volume move, and that thrust kick, that'll open up the doors. Lee Carr certainly understands how important it is, and he went for another one. Gutierrez shoved him away, and now Gutierrez going for the cover, and Carr with a kick out just before two. We know that Lee Carr has needed multiple greenouts in the past to get victories, and now Gutierrez with a Dorota. Ramon Gutierrez, that move has put away quite a few in Gutierrez's time in GAW. Lee Carr will not be one of them. Gutierrez at 6-3. The Dorota has been the key for a lot of those, although I have to say, Gutierrez is so balanced, he is not a one-trick pony. That Dorota is not the only arrow in his quiver. And now Gutierrez, we're seeing the pace and speed that we would expect from a luchador of his quality. Carr into the corner, and Gutierrez out of the way. The mask off, oh! Super kick attempt countered by Carr. Gutierrez got him back into the front face lock. Carr out of it, green out, Gutierrez avoids it, and Gutierrez feeling himself after that, and Carr saying, no sir, you're not getting out of it like that. Knife edge chop, Gutierrez takes him down. Into the corner, oh, Gutierrez baited him in. Oh, look at this, Ramon, what a takedown. Caught Lee Carr coming in with a wild right. And Ramon Gutierrez, of all people, is making it happen against Lee Carr. What a match we have ourselves here. You can take your emotion and shove it. These are two guys that just want a win, and this is a match fought at the highest of levels. Lee Carr with a single leg camel clutch, and Gutierrez on the wrong end of that. Carr has slowed things down. 5 minutes in. Carr, green out. Number two, and Lee Carr had the medicine as Ramon Gutierrez got, oh! Gutierrez kicked out again. Lee Carr can't believe it. Ramon Gutierrez has survived. What an incredible match. That right hand puts Gutierrez down. Rolls out of the way. Gutierrez, bicycle knee strike. Caught Lee Carr flush across the jaw. Into the corner. Gutierrez with another knee. Gutierrez is targeting the jaw of Lee Carr. It's a smart move in my opinion. Carr went in for a drop kick. Gutierrez sidestepped it. A cover here as Gutierrez looking to pile on the pressure. Carr kicks out. Gutierrez can't believe it. Referee telling him, no sir, that was two. And now Gutierrez might be looking to finish things. Gutierrez, Dorota, he's got it again. After a grueling match, Ramon Gutierrez, leg hooked. Gutierrez has the win of his GAW career. He has beaten the Ultimate Cinderella. And what a way to answer back after Jackal unmasked him. Did the very thing that all luchadors fear more than anything. Ramon Gutierrez survived some mistakes, but more importantly, he survived two greenouts from Lee Carr. And that, more than anything else, just shows what Ramon Gutierrez is all about, and that was the beginning of the end for Lee Carr. A bicycle knee strike, flush across the jaw. But what a match. What a match we have just seen in the main event of Stormchaser. What an incredible experience. And Ramon Gutierrez, what a way to bounce back after losing his mask. Gutierrez. I mean, wait. What's going on here? Oh, Jesus Christ, that is Sam Hunt. That is Sam Hunt in the ring.
Gutierrez is in the wrong position, and Hunt has taken it straight to the luchador Ramon Gutierrez. Sam Hunt, one of the most dangerous men that you could ever hope to meet, and he is showing it right now against Ramon Gutierrez. No one knows anything about this guy. In fact, the only reason I even know his name is just from a rumor. I mean, you don't know where he's from, and Sam Hunt is absolutely destroying Ramon Gutierrez. Sam Hunt is here in GAW, and now Hunt, oh God. Sam Hunt, he's got him up. Hunt, thrill of the hunt. Sam Hunt has left Ramon Gutierrez in absolute pieces in the middle of this ring. One of the most dangerous men in the world has arrived in general admission wrestling.